Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Hi, this is Displacement. I already passed out from IIT Dhanbad. I already qualified IIT-JEE, GATE, just IIT-JEE Physics, right? So in previous videos, I already solved example of a HCV hook, right? So now from today's lectures, I started to solve all the problems of a bundle motion in a straight line from a HCV, right? These are a exercise problem, right? This is part first. I try to solve five to six problem in each and every video so that you cannot feel boring and that you usually understand the problem and not feel boring, right? So right, can I start to solve the problem? Right, this question, like just 1 minute, this question, just 1 minute. Ah, a man a man has to go due north and 40-meter due east and 20-meter due south to reach a field. What is the distance? Like just 1 minute, I have to make the diagram. It is like this. This is east. So this is our east. This is our west, north, south. A person has to go 50-meter due north. Each person start to go and they travel 50-meter due north and 40-meter due east. Means they move 40-meter due east and 20-meter due south. Means 20-meter due south. Like this is right. 20-meter due south to reach a field. What is the distance he has to walk to? What is the distance he has to walk to reach the field? What is his displacement from his house to his field? Right? So in this question, what they're asking? First, they're asking distance. How much distance they have traveled? Distance means total distance covered. Means they cover 50 plus 40 plus 20. So basically, this is 110 meter. Getting my point? This is 110 meter. And then after that, displacement. Displacement is basically initial and final position. So can I join this initial and final position? Just a minute. This is our initial position. This is our final position, right? So I have to find this distance, initial to final point. Then I got the displacement. Getting my point? So what I do, this is parallel. So what I do, just 1 minute. It is this like this distance. Right? This is 40-meter. This is 50-meter. So by using Pythagoras theorem, I can find 50 square plus 40 square. So this comes out to be 50 into 50, that is 2500. 2500 plus 40 into 40, that is 1600, right? 1600 and 1600 plus 2500. Okay, just 1 minute. I think I do the mistake. Just 1 minute. See, this is how much, means this U is 20 meters. Means you can say this triangle means we have to find the displacement, right? So this is 30 meter. This is 40 meter. This we have to find. So 30 square plus 40 square. So this comes out to be 900 plus 1600. So that comes out to be 2500 and that comes out to be 50. So displacement is 50 meter. Getting my point? Understand now? Not a difficult task now. So that is quite easy problem. Now, can I proceed for the next question? Wait. Particle starts from the origin along the x-axis. It is like this is our origin. Just 1 minute. This like this, the particle starts from the horizon. This is our horizon. This is our x-axis. This is our y-axis. Along the x-axis, and they move 20 meter. Means they move like this, 20 into 0, and then return along the same line to the point minus 20 into 0. Find the distance and the displacement. You know, distance is basically first they first move. Just a minute, I show with a different pen so you can understand. No, easy way. See, distance. First they move, like let I give the name A, B, C. So distance first A move A B, then they move B to A, then they move A to C. So how much total distance? Distance is always 20 plus 20 plus 20. That comes out to be 60 meter. Now our next task is to find displacement. Displacement is basically, you know, displacement. How we find displacement? Displacement is basically initial and final position difference. Getting my point? So this is our initial position. This is our final position. So what you do? Final position minus 20. Initial position so 0. So displacement is minus 20 meter. So our answer is displacement is minus 20 meter and distance is 60 meter. Getting my point? This is a good question. Shall I proceed? Next question. Yep. It is 260 kilometer from Patna to Ranchi. Just 1 minute. Let us show with the diagram. Like Patna to Ranchi. This is our Patna and this is our Ranchi. Right? So this is why. This is our road trip. This is our air trip. So it is 260 kilometer from Patna to Ranchi by air. 260 kilometer from Patna to Ranchi by air and 320 kilometer 320 kilometer by road. Right? So this is our air and this is our 320 kilometer by road. And aeroplane takes 30 minutes, means they take half hour to go from Patna to Ranchi. Whereas a deluxe bus takes 8 hours. They take they take 8 hours to reach from Patna to Ranchi. Find its average speed. So average speed, you know, average speed is basically total distance by total time. Right? Average speed. Find the average speed of bus. This is our bus. So bus average speed is basically total distance 320 divided by total time 8. So this comes out to be 40 kilometer per hour. So average speed of bus is basically 40 kilometer per hour. 320 divided by 80. So this comes out to be 40 kilometer per hour. So this comes out to be. Now second question. This is our first question. Second question. Second question. What the second question telling? Find the average speed of the. Find the average speed of the. Okay. Actually, this is our second question. Actually, I read by mistake. This is second question. Now, first question is average speed of plane. Plane average speed is basically total distance by total time. And plane always move in air. So and that distance is 260 total distance upon total time, half. Means you can say ki average speed is comes out to be 520 kilometer per hour for a plane. Getting my point? Understand? Now shall I proceed for a C question? So what is our C question saying? C question saying ki average speed, find average is find average velocity of the plane. Average velocity of a plane. Average we are finding for plane. Right? I do with the different color pen so that you can understand easily. Average velocity of a plane is basically total displacement upon total time. So here you see average velocity is basically total displacement for plane is also they remains in 320 and they take half hour. So that is 520 kilometer per hour. So average velocity is basically 520 kilometer per hour. Now D question for bus. Now right, average velocity of bus. Average velocity of bus. Again, total displacement upon total times. Total displacement is basically displacement is shortest distance and that shortest distance is 260 divided by total time. Total time taken by 8 hours. So if you divide this 260 divided by 8, so that comes out to be 32.5 kilometer per hour. Getting my point? Just a minute, I use different color pen so that you can easily differentiate this. And average velocity of plane. Getting my point? The 4 are question are really nice. So now I proceed for a next question. When a person leaves his home for sightseeing by the car, just a minute, sightseeing his car, the meter reads 12,352 kilometers. When he returns home after 2 hours, the reading becomes 12,416. Means how much distance they cover? Distance they cover means what you do 12,416 minus 12,352 means they cover 64 kilometer. Means they cover 64 kilometer. And displacement you know they cover to they reach to the same point. So their displacement is 0. So average speed of a car the average is basically total distance upon total time. Total distance is basically 64 kilometer. On total time they take 2 times. Means average speed is comes out to be 32 kilometer per hour. And then they are asking average velocity. Average velocity. Average velocity. So average velocity, how we find average velocity? Change in displacement. Change in displacement upon time interval. And we know change in displacement is 0 upon total time is. So here average velocity comes out to be 0. Getting my point? Understand now? You don't feel any difficulty now. If you say any difficulty, you can tell me. Right? These are basic question and please make your basic concept clear. Right. Shall I proceed for next question? That is fifth question. An athlete takes 2 seconds to reach his maximum speed. Means it is like this key athletes they initial speed is 0. They start to move and their final velocity to become maximum speed means The final velocity will be 15 kilometer hour, and it takes how much time? T is equal to 2 seconds. Then they are asking average acceleration, that is change in velocity. V final minus V initial upon time interval final minus T initial. V final is 18, initial is 8 divided by time is 2 seconds. So first you convert 2 seconds in hour. So you know 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes and 60 seconds. So 1 second is equal to 1 upon 3600 hour. So that comes out to be 1 upon 3600 kilometer per hour into hour. So that comes out to be 18 into 3600. So that comes out to be just one. You can convert this. It is quite easy. And if we convert in meter per second, so that becomes 5 meter per second. Now it's quite easy enough. We are doing this type of thing. I forget to do this. So here 5 minus 0 divided by time is 2. So average acceleration comes out to be comes out to be 2.5 meter per second square. So now our next question, the speed of a car as a function of time is shown in the figure. Find the distance traveled by the car in the 8th second. Means that they are asking distance traveled by the car in 8th second. Means this is they are saying. So what you do, just find the area of this, position time graph. Oh, sorry. Just I give write the information. If position time graph, if you find slope, you get velocity. And in velocity time graph, velocity time graph. If you find slope, you get acceleration, right? And if you find area, that gives you displacement or distance. Then after that, acceleration time graph. If you find slope, if you find area, that gives you change in velocity. Right? This is first, this is second, and this is third. Right? So you can find area. That gives you right. So you can find area. If you find area, that is triangle 1 upon 2, that gives you distance covered. 1 by 2. Base is 8 into height is 1 upon 2 base into height is 20. That comes out to be 10. So distance covered is 80 meter. Distance covered is 80 meter. Right? The speed of a car is a function of time. Then they are asking acceleration. So as you know, at t is equal to just 1 minute. At t is equal to 0. The speed is 0. When we can find acceleration at time t is equal to 8 seconds, what is their acceleration? So we know s is equal to ut plus half at square. So distance we already know that is 80 meter. Initial speed is 0, and by 2 acceleration we have to find t 8 square. So that comes out to be a is equal to 80 into 2, 8 into 8. So that comes out to be 10. So here 20 by 8. So 5 by 2. So here acceleration is comes out to be 2.5 meter per second square. 2.5 meter per second square. Okay. So Shall I proceed for our next question? I think it is enough. Like we have completed 6 questions, right? I make short videos so that you cannot feel boring and you are easily understandable all the problem. If you these problems are, if you done all these problem, and like I say, you do all these problem by 1.5 speed, so your all concept easily clear and you can do it in a very fast way, right? So shall I complete this video and I make other video to complete all the other question, right? Okay, thank you. And if you feel good, you can share with other friends and you can like and subscribe and you can also join my Telegram channel where I posted all the videos and I also ask you to suggest me like what the content you want so that I can help you and make video on this topic. Okay, bye. Bye. Good words.